Hey guys, it's Kate Journey, and I am back today with a new planner. And I'm kind of doing this because it's like very, very bright on here. Um, so this is actually an undated horizontal. I've added the monthly things on there. Geez, I can talk. So it is an undated mini happy planner horizontal. I saw this and I like wildly fell in love with it. This is totally my jam. So excuse me here. We'll start at the beginning. So that's the cover. It's gorgeous. It came with, let me see if I can pull them out here without dropping things. It came on these little blue plastic discs, and while they match wonderfully, they're great. I hate plastic discs with like a passion borderlining on yeah, bordering on like crazy. Because when this is on those mini discs, these things catch, like the back ends here catch on each other. And it's kind of a pain, and I really, really, really dislike it. But I saw this on the website and I was like, that's beautiful. It's amazing. I want one so bad. So I ended up getting one and I'm very happy with it. And this colorway is just, this is, if there was anything that actually fit my aesthetic, it's this little planner. And it's kind of funny that it's just this one little planner, but it's perfect for me. I literally love every single one of these. Like it's my favorite. I love this color. I love this color. Like it's very kind of the subdued jewel tones. I like the designs. This one is probably my least favorite design and I still really like it, so that kind of tells you yeah, I love this. It's so pretty. And moths and butterflies have a spiritual significance to me, so there's a lot in this that just makes me so happy. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. And because it is an undated, what happens is they send you actually enough pages in each monthly section for 6 weeks, which is like wildly excessive, which means that this can be used for well over a year. So after December, I actually have all of my extra week sheets in here shoved in the back. So I could very definitely use this for 4 more months without even needing, maybe probably about 4 more months, without needing new pages at all. So I'm very excited, and I am actually starting this. I'm starting it now, but instead of starting it in March, I'm actually, and I even dropped this down actually to 2 weeks, so I need to put the weeks back in here. And this will be 2025. I'm starting this in April. And what I am using this for is I'm actually using it for a kind of a wellness planner. So let's get into it. So I've got actually 6 weeks worth in here because I'm doing the last 2 weeks of March and then the beginning of April in here just to kind of conserve space so that I can save this March for next March. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add date dots to the monthly, but then I'm thinking that what I will most likely do is actually scrape the stickers off and then add a piece of paper to this. Like, let me show you. Okay, so this is like one of my other absolutely favorite mini happy planners. Like, I love this. I think it's amazing. And I love the cover. If they had this cover on the large size, I would have bought the whole collection. But they didn't, which made me so sad. Or if they had done this as the cover on any of them, I would have bought that too. So what I did here is I took like a piece of paper that I really liked that I thought matched kind of the colors and the vibe and the feel. And I just glued it on and covered up that monthly. And I did it for all of them. But this is going to be my new kind of wellness planner. And I've hesitated to start one of these for a long time just because how should I put that? I have been in a place where I have not put my physical and mental health as a priority for a really long time. So I'm going to give a big old trigger warning in here. I am going to be talking about my weight If that's triggering for you, I will leave a timestamp and let you know where you can just kind of skip that. Um, so what's going on is that when I was in my early 20s, I had 3 babies very close together. And by the time I was 24 years old, I was 280 pounds. And I lost 140 pounds. And I kept most of it off for a really long time. I fluctuated between 140 to 170 pounds. I got up to 190 at one point and then dropped back down to 165. And I was kind of in that zone for a long time. And then I got pregnant with my youngest daughter. Well, I should say a series of tragedies happened, which I've talked about before. Um, and it was all intrinsically body trauma. Well, 2 of the traumas were body trauma. And what ended up happening is I started gaining weight and I got on antidepressants and gained more weight. And then I got pregnant with Miss Piper and I gained a lot of weight. I gained like 50 pounds. And so I got up to like 240 pounds while I was pregnant with her, and kind of I started to lose it. And then I gained more. And I am now back up to, as of literally yesterday, I was 275. And that's after losing about 4 pounds because I made a change. What's been going on, my physical symptoms of all of that stuff, is that I was having kidney pains on and off for years. And I would drink a lot of water and it would ease the pain, like it would stop. And so I was drinking about 40 ounces of water a day and my kidneys were okay. But it kind of kept getting worse and worse, and I'd have to up the amount of water I was drinking every day. And so I was up to like 80 ounces of water a day, and I was still waking up with my kidneys hurting. And I have a family history of diabetes on both my mom's and my dad's side. And it's one of the things that I am the most afraid of in the world is getting diabetes. And here I am eating a lot of sweets and a lot of sugar and like just totally using food as a self-destruct button because I quit drinking alcohol like completely years ago. And then I quit smoking cigarettes years ago, and I'm not on any antidepressants or any sort of mood stabilizers. So eating has become my coping mechanism. The problem with that is that I've gotten really unhealthy. So anyway, recently I completely cut all extra sugar out of my diet. I'm not doing Atkins. I'm still eating fruits and vegetables. In fact, my main source of sugar is fruit right now. I'm still doing carbs. I'm still doing breads and things like that. I just cut out the extra sugar. And oh my God, I feel literally within the first 2 days of it, I felt 5 years younger. As of right now, where I'm at, I think I've cheated twice. I've had I can't even remember what I cheated with, but it's been like 3 weeks, and I know it's been longer. It's been maybe a month since I cut out sugar, maybe somewhere in there. I don't know, because I stopped keeping track, which is why I bought a planner because I was like, geez, I need to keep track of this because I literally, as of right now, feel like I just lost 10 years of my life. I feel like I'm turning 30 instead of turning 40. And I wish I had more energy because I'm big, and I think that's the only reason that I don't have more energy. Only I feel like I have 10 times more energy than I did before I quit the sugar. Like when I was just regularly having sugar, I mean, I would have, sugar and cream with my coffee in the morning. Like sugar was an all day, everyday thing. Excuse me. And when I was doing that, I was having like this slump around noon to 1 where I would get so tired, my eyes would be watering, and I couldn't understand why it was happening. I was so tired. Yes, I'm aware I need to go get tested for diabetes. I just have a problem with going to the doctor. I struggle with doctors. But I will at some point go and talk to my doctor about all of this stuff. But for now, with the things that I've learned on my own, I've decided that I'm going to make some epic major life changes. Number one being that I want to get my body back to a place where I feel happy in my skin, if that makes sense. I don't miss being skinny. And that's an odd thing to say, but it's a reality. I don't want to sound vain or conceited or anything. I have a really pretty face. I know I have a pretty face, especially when I put on makeup and I do my hair. I am pretty. However, when I was skinny and pretty, I got a lot of attention, and none of it I wanted, not really. And it was sexual attention and jealousy attention and admiration um in ways that made me really uncomfortable, and people would touch my body without permission. People would comment on my body without knowing me very well. um and it made me really, really uncomfortable. And now that I'm no longer drinking, which was what made being around humans at all in a social setting s- comfortable for me, I've been really scared to lose weight because I don't want to get back to a place where people are freely making comments on my body. One of the nice things about being fat and being in my house by myself is that no one makes comments about my body. When I leave the house, I look like a grumpy 40-year-old marshmallow in a hoodie with crazy wild gray hair. So nobody comments on what I look like. Nobody's even really looking at me. I'm kind of almost invisible, and it's nice and I like it. However, I need to get the hell over it because I'm not going to live very long with this level of physical unhealth. Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. I am unhealthy. Unhealthy is a thing though. Um, I'm incredibly physically unhealthy, and I don't want it to continue because I like my life and I want to meet my grandkids if I am lucky to have any. I have 4 children, so the likelihood of me having grandchildren is high, but it is not guaranteed. But if I have grandbabies that are animals or even plants, I will still be adoring and loving. Hopefully for grandbabies, but if not, that's fine. I will take, furry grandbabies. Anyway, so I want to live for that. I want to live to see all of my kids, including my 4-year-old daughter, graduate from high school, graduate from college, and achieve their life markers, the things that they want for their lives. And I can't guarantee that I will do that, at least not with any sort of remote certainty, if I don't start taking care of myself. And I know nothing's certain. I could get in a car accident tomorrow and my weight wouldn't be a problem and I would still die. So there's no guarantees in life, but I have a better chance if I'm healthier. And I also really, really miss feeling strong. So I did construction for a very long time, almost a decade. I was doing construction, and that doesn't count the years that I did it when I was a kid. And I was really, really physically strong for a woman, and I'm not anymore. And I miss that. And I know I'm approaching 40. I'm likely never going to get that strong again unless I completely change my life and devote my life to lifting weights and becoming that person again. And I don't want to. What I want is manageable change. And I want to start keeping track of my progress so that I can start actually feeling really good about myself again without it being about the scale. And that's so here's another like actually I shouldn't say that's probably a trigger, because I don't want the scale to be the definitive marker of whether or not I'm making progress. I want, hitting milestones and raising, the intensities of my workouts to be my markers. I don't want the scale to be what dictates whether or not I'm making progress. I want my planner to be what tells me whether or not I'm making progress. This is much prettier than my scale by far. It makes me much, much happier than my scale does. So, I am going to be challenging myself to do the soft 75 challenge. So if you guys have seen the hard 75 challenge, it's kind of a thing that I just discovered. It was a TikTok movement. I'm going to be doing a modified soft 75 challenge. And I think I'm changing it up to fit what I want and what my life goals are. And if it goes well, I might jump up to a hard 75 later over the summer. Specifically because over the summer, I'm going to have my kids. So doing 2 45-minute workouts, going for big long walks with my kids would be super beneficial for them as well as for me. So I feel like that would be more doable in the summer, but right now I definitely need something modified. And it might be that my next one needs to be modified too. So here's my plan. I plan on doing 3 10-minute workouts every day, or 30 minutes cumulative. So if I do a 15-minute workout and then a 10-minute workout, I'm going to go take a 5-minute walk. That kind of a thing. I want to do 30 minutes of working out every single day. And hopefully I can bump that up more in the summer to maybe like an hour or something. I don't know. We'll at the very minimum, I'm going to be doing one soft, and I might be doing two soft and then one hard. We'll see how it goes. And then I want to do a half a gallon of water a day. I usually do about a quarter of a gallon, so well, a little more than that. So that would be 1.5 of my 40-ounce tumblers, and I usually do a 40-ounce tumbler. So I do like 2/3 basically of a gallon a day, and I want to bump it up to a gallon a day, or half a gallon a day. Whatever. I do 2/3 of half a gallon. Somebody else do the math. I don't want to. Anyway, and then I want to do, instead of doing like a specific reading thing, I wanted to do 5 days of 50 lines of manifestation. Sarah Cannon talks about this. I know there's other people who talk about this. She got it from somewhere else. I have absolutely no idea where it originated from, but it's this idea where you write something that you want 50 times for 5 days in a row. So something that you're grateful for, like in a future sense. So if I'm manifesting, hey, I'm really glad I made $20,000 this year on my books alone, that's what I would be writing. I'm so grateful that I made $20,000 a year on my books. And then I would write that 50 times a day for 5 days in a row. So what I'm thinking I want to do is that I want to do a rotation of 5 goals. I don't want to try to come up with 15 different, manifestation things. I'm going to do 5 goals and 3 rounds of each goal. So I'll have 5 days of one goal and then 5 days of another, and it'll rotate. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys get it. If you don't, you can ask me questions. I'm very happy to answer questions in the comment section. And yes, this is definitely a very heavily modified soft 75. So for the eat healthy, or the diet and everything, I'm not picking a diet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge myself to continue doing the sugar-free, and adding more vegetables. And I'm actually already adding more vegetables instinctively to my diet. That is one thing that was wildly missing before. I was eating a lot of super fatty foods and a lot of sugary foods, because that's what I craved. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, give me some Brussels sprouts. Oh my gosh, give me asparagus, like give me salad, give me more. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be focusing on making sure I stay off the sugar and adding in more vegetables. And then the read 10 pages of a book a day. I have a bunch of writing books that I've been telling myself I'm going to get through. I have a bunch of fantasy books that I've been telling myself I'm going to get through. I really want to read the Witcher series, and I have not been taking intentional time to read at all, which is really, really sad, because I'm an author, and in order for me to do my job well, I need to be reading. So this is going to kind of really help push me to care about these things that I'm trying to do in a way that's obligatory, instead of, oh, I should do that, some ethereal, I should read more. I'm not going to read more unless it's in my planner. I know that. So beautiful planner that I'm absolutely obsessed with, and new process. So I was planning on setting this up on camera for you guys, but I think I'm just not going to. I think I'm gonna call it good, and maybe I'll show you guys as I go through kind of what I set up and what's working. So if you're interested in seeing more about this planner, let me know. I'm very happy to share more about it. But for now, I think that's it. It's going to be a short video today. I've been talking. This is my second video of the day, and I have been talking for literally 2 hours straight, and my throat hurts. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back next week.